So for all those who are currently in a council property looking to move, those in emergency accommodation looking for a property, or those that are looking to get on the property ladder but house prices are soaring because of demand, I've got even more bad news for you. So apparently I have been told that the Labour Party's plan to move asylum seekers out of hotels is to move them into brand new accommodation that is currently being built, or they're getting moved into nice, luxurious apartments in Westminster. And they are paying well over the price of what the properties are worth to get their hands on them. Apparently, Westminster Council paid around £8 million for some block of flats in the Westminster area. These block of apartments are currently worth around £4.5 million. And I've been told that Westminster paid around or over £8 million so that they could move asylum seekers into them. I've also been told that new property developments down in Shoreham on the south coast, brand new flats, brand new apartments that are currently being built, the plan is to move asylum seekers into them. So for all those that want to get on a property ladder but house prices, apartment prices are soaring because of demand, all those that are struggling to move council house or out of emergency accommodation, or sadly for all those that are currently living on our streets, there is no good news for you, because it doesn't look like, as we already know, that our government care about its own British citizens. Yes, people want an end to the hotels. They want the illegal migrants that are coming into the country returned. But the current government's plan to move them out of the hotels is to move them into nice luxurious apartments or into brand new apartments. And councils are happy to pay well over the price for them. Talk about putting the knife even deeper into the British citizens' back. In other news, Reform are completely soaring in the polls and could go for a majority vote at the next election. That's if Labour even make it to the next election. It could be the largest majority of a century, and you will never guess who is behind them. What party could be the next opposition party? The Green Party. The Green Party leader who's got crazy ideas for this country. How the UK has completely changed and turned itself upside down. For me, I think it's good news that Reform are leading. I think they could do great things for this country. I think some of what they could do, or Nigel Farage, could be better. But I definitely think it could be a great turnaround. But I think the Green Party coming up behind them could possibly be another one of the most scariest things to happen to this country. But Labour and Conservatives are well down in the polls for the first time in a very, very long time. Then you've got Prince Andrew, or former Prince Andrew, who has finally lost his royal title and his Duke of York title after a key decision that's been made by King Charles. The monarch even made this statement: "The utmost thoughts and sympathies are with the victims of any or all forms of abuse." Is that the monarch admitting fault for former Prince Andrew? I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section. But he has now had to move out of the Royal Lodge, which I believe was being paid by the taxpayer. He's now, as it's been said, going to be moved into the Sandringham estate, which is privately owned by the monarchy. So that will not be funded by the taxpayers at all. He has lived in the Royal Lodge since 2003, I believe, with his wife, Sarah Ferguson. It is a 30-room mansion. So not too bad, not too shabby. But I'm sure where he's moving to is totally fine, but he has finally lost his titles after what has gone on over the last, well, quite a few years now, and all the accusations that have been made against him, which he obviously still denies. But is this the monarchy sort of admitting fault for him by making that statement and removing his titles? So that has finally happened. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on that. I'm sure a lot of you are most probably pretty happy with that. And the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, refuses to punish Rachel Reeves for not following renting licenses in her local area. But he has apparently berated her. So listen to this. In a newly released pair of letters on Thursday evening, the PM publicly chat aside his Chancellor and her husband for not showing him emails with their estate agency sooner. He told her it's clearly regrettable that the information in the correspondence was not shared with me when you wrote to me last night, but I fully accept that you were not aware at that stage of the emails. I understand that relevant emails were only unearthed by your husband this morning and that you have updated me as soon as possible. I accept that you were acting in good faith when you wrote to me last night. However, it would clearly have been better if you and your husband had conducted a full trawl through all email correspondence with the estate agency before writing to me yesterday. That's about as bad as her punishment gets for not following the rules, for not following the law. The Chancellor, who is in charge of the nation's finances, doesn't even get a proper telling off. She admits fault. The estate agency take a bit of fault and nothing happens to her. The double standards of this country is just ridiculous. How is this fair to the British people? Because if that was you or me, we'd be getting a massive fine, we'd be paying the rent back, or we'd be ending up in court. So please let me know how this is fair. You would chase up the payment. You would chase up the estate agent before you rented out to make sure everything was in place before that property was rented. But do let us know what your thoughts are. If there's anything you want to add to this video, then please do comment below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon.